It is now July and Maya and I finally started our summer holidays, so we finally have time to travel. So I have been meaning to visit my best friend in Sweden, so finally we are doing that now. So we are going on a quick family trip to Sweden. So we are just taking a Viking Line cruise ship because taking a boat is much easier for us with small kids, and they can play in the boats and have fun there, and we don't have to worry about the time. So yeah, we arrived in Stockholm, and then when we get there, we missed our train. So unfortunately, we booked another train, which was 5 hours later, and we had to pay double the price. But it was fun. We just had to be optimistic and tried our best, to go and just proceed with the trip. So we took the train, and it was like 1.5 hour trip from Stockholm to Gävle, and it was such a quiet and peaceful trip, and the kids were so behaved in the train. And yeah, I have been planning this trip for I think since May, and it just didn't came through because May had work and it was so hard to travel alone with the kids. So now we're finally doing it, and it's good because it's all of us to go all together as a family. So happy to meet my best friend again after I think 5 years. So the next morning we decided to visit this amusement park called Forovik. So this is really big. They have the rides, all kinds of rides. They also have a little zoo, and then they have some kind of program and events, and then they also have swimming area. So it was really nice, and the weather at the time was a little bit cloudy, so it was perfect actually to go there because there were not a lot of people. So it was nice and it's peaceful, and there's not so many crowd in there. So we first went to this mini zoo, which we saw a few animals, not really that many, but we found a few animals, and the kids were so excited to see them because this is actually the first time that the little kids like Rosie and Hope went to the zoo. This is not a big zoo, like I said, but it's fun to see a few animals that they have seen for the very first time. So it was really nice. So we tour around, we even ride this a little like boat or something, and it was really nice. And then we just had enjoy and spent some quality time with the kids and with my friends. And then the kids were having so much fun here because you ride like on repeat. Those kids ride unlimited, and some of them were really not for kids, but we just tried our best to find the ones that the small kids can ride. And actually the entrance fees here is not that very cheap, but it was all worth it, like I said, because there were not so many people in here. So that means that there were no lines, which we can ride like right away, and then we can even do the rides repeatedly as much as we can if we like it. And like in this here, we have been in this ride for quite a few times. Me, you went there, and also I went there with Hope and Rosie, and yeah, it was so fun. And the good thing about this is just pay for the entrance, and you don't have to pay separate tickets for any rides. So it was like you pay once and then you do, and all the rides you can choose, and you can go to swimming, and you can spend as many hours as you would like there. So it was nice. My kids love this car ride so much, and they have actually like went there a few times, and it was okay because there was like no line, so they can just do it repeatedly. And yeah, I'm not into these roller coaster rides. I'm scared of heights, and I'm not really into it, so I didn't go to that ride. But I did went a few rides, those with the kids, with Hope and Rosie. Like this one, I went in this turtle ride, and it's even like a little bit like scary because it was moving so bad. And yeah, it was like, I don't know, it's just hard. I'm not into this kind of ride. And after that, we went to different places also like this. They have this kind of program, but we were late when we came there. It was like almost finished when we came, but at least we saw something, this dance, and that's all. And then after this, we headed to the swimming area, which was
Having fun
so
here in,
fun
I don't
as
know,
well.
in
I
this,
didn't go swimming because I was not in
amusement
mood to
park.
change in a swimming wear and everything like that. But the kids went, and yeah, it was so fun. The swimming place actually is really big, but my best friend, she went there and she said the water is not that warm yet. So that's the bad thing about outdoor swimming, because the water can be a little cold. But the kids were there and they had so much fun actually. And yeah, the next day we decided to go to the beach. So this is in the, I forget the name of the beach. I think it's like Rose Sand something. It's a really big long sand and it's really fine and it's perfect. We brought our tent, our blankets, our picnic blankets, and we had also our food and drinks, and we had a picnic that day and it was really nice. Again, the kids were having so much fun swimming and enjoying in the water. And yes, I filmed a lot in here, as you can see. And I like the beach because it's swallow, so it's good for small kids. And like Rosie, she's gone crazy in here because she really loves the water and she loves swimming also. So they had so much fun and the weather was not very hot, which was perfect. And yeah, we spent I think 3 to 4 hours in here before we headed back home. And we just spent time here and enjoy the weather and enjoy the company. The next morning, we toured around Gävle, which unfortunately I wasn't able to film. But then later that day, we headed back to Stockholm. We took another train going back to Stockholm. And then we just walked from Central Station to the port, which took us about like I think half hour or less than. And the first time when we came, we took the wrong road. So that's why we were late on the train, because it was like we took the wrong direction and we were touring around, and then it was too late for us to catch the train. But coming back, we used the navigator right away, so we have managed to follow the road, the direction that went straight to the port. So we had enough time. We arrived in the port on time. Actually, at least like about an hour before we came, 3 o'clock, and the boat leaves at 4 o'clock. So going back, we were taking the Viking Line Gabriela. On our way here, we were taking the Cinderella. Cinderella was much bigger than Gabriela, and it was like a nice ship as well. So the ship leaves around 4 o'clock in the afternoon and it arrives in Finland the next morning, 9 o'clock. So we were playing with this one, and he was so lucky. He was so good. We got 3 toys in this one of each kids, and they were very happy. It actually cost like €4 for this to play, and it was worth it, I guess, for €4 for these toys, and it was just fine. And then we spent playing the ship. The kids were having so much fun playing in here. So they have this play area on the 7th floor, and it's not that big. I remember before, I think it was like really like a big place to play with the kids, but now the playground is quite small, but it's just fine also. At least they have something like to entertain the kids when they get bored like really fast. We also went to the duty-free shop and bought some snacks in there, and we ate in the cabin, which was really fun. And then the next morning we arrive in Helsinki, and then we drive back home, and it was such a nice trip, and so finally happy that I finally meet my best friend again after 5 years. And I also managed to meet her baby, which is a week older than Hope. So all in all, the trip was fun and we had so much fun.